4 seconds. That's how long it now takes to generate a full ad image. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly what that does to your content budget. Welcome to Market Intel. I'm Lonnie Rodriguez, Marketing Director at Queued Up Agency.
And I'm Maya Chen, your AI co-host. Quick disclosure before we get going, like always, Lonnie's voice on this show is an AI voice clone, and I'm a fully synthetic co-host. Now that's out of the way, let's get into it.
Today we've got 3 stories. First, Google just made image and video generation dramatically cheaper and faster with Nano Banana 2 Lite and Gemini Omni Flash.
Second, LinkedIn built AI creative tools straight into Campaign Manager, aimed squarely at small and growing B2B advertisers.
And third, Klaviyo pushed its Composer AI agent into public beta, turning your customer data into ready-to-launch campaigns.
3 very different platforms, one shared theme. Let's break it down.
Let's start with the big one. On June 30th, Google announced Nano Banana 2 Lite. That's the model ID Gemini 3.1 Flash Lite image as its fastest, cheapest image model yet. Alongside it, Gemini Omni Flash came to public preview for video generation and conversational editing.
And the numbers are wild. Google says Nano Banana 2 Lite generates text-to-image outputs in about 4 seconds at roughly 3.5 cents per 1,000 images. Omni Flash does video at 10 cents per second of output.
Why it matters? For a 5-person content team, this is cheap creative exploration. You can rough out product images, campaign concepts, social thumbnails, and localized ad variations before you ever open Canva, Firefly, or a video editor. And Google's explicitly built a pipeline where an image from Nano Banana 2 Lite gets handed off to Omni Flash and animated into a short video clip.
That image-to-video chain is the part that matters most for SMBs. Product drops, event promos, local service explainers, quick social ad tests, all without a dedicated motion designer.
Now, the reality check. Omni Flash is still a preview model. Google says current limits include 10-second max video generations, no audio reference upload, no scene extension in the API, and character consistency breaks down during scene changes or panning shots.
So this is a rapid concepting tool right now, not a replacement for your hero footage. Don't build your big product launch video on a preview model with continuity issues.
Expert perspective. TechCrunch's June 30th coverage framed this as a lower latency, lower cost option for teams that need to workshop a lot of images fast. And Google Cloud's launch post quoted partners like Adobe and WPP describing production workflow adoption, not novelty demos. Adobe specifically cited moving from idea to finished content inside Firefly.
Bottom line, if your team is bottlenecked on creative volume, not creative judgment, this is worth testing this week. Just keep it in the concepting and social test lane for now.
Story 2. LinkedIn rolled out new AI creative tools inside Campaign Manager on July 1st. Brand Kit, Draft with AI, AI ad variants, flexible ad creation, and ads personalization.
What happened? Brand Kit lets you define your colors, fonts, logo, tone of voice, and key messages once, so every AI-generated ad stays on brand. Draft with AI takes a URL, your campaign goals, and optional context like your best performing past creative, and generates grounded ad copy from that.
Why it matters? LinkedIn said it directly. For most small and growing businesses, ad creative is the bottleneck. And they backed it with a number. Advertisers running 5 or more ad variants see over 20% higher click-through rates than those running just one ad.
That's the real unlock. A lean B2B team with no dedicated designer or copywriter can now generate multiple headline, image, and video combinations from one campaign idea.
The reality check. These tools make it easier to produce more ads. They don't replace your positioning strategy. You still need to define your offer, your segments, and your creative hypothesis before you let campaign managers start generating variations.
AI can multiply your ideas. It can't invent a strategy you haven't figured out yet.
Expert perspective, social media. Today's July 1st coverage called this out as addressing a daily pain point. Producing enough quality creative for meaningful testing. LinkedIn itself framed it as removing manual work, not automating strategy.
Bottom line, if you run B2B campaigns on LinkedIn, set up your brand kit this week and start testing variant volume against that 20% CTR benchmark.
Story 3, and keep an eye on this one. Klaviyo announced its AI marketing agent Composer is moving to public beta alongside an expanded customer agent for service.
What happened? Composer audits your live campaigns, flows, and segments, then builds cross-channel campaigns across email, text, audience, and content. Klaviyo says it's drawing on 14 years of customer context and patterns from nearly 200,000 brands.
Why it matters? This is built for lean e-commerce teams juggling email, SMS, social, service, and content with overlapping responsibilities. Customer Agent runs across web chat, email, SMS, and WhatsApp after a single setup, and writes customer preferences and intent signals straight back into the CRM.
It's less about copy generation and more about prioritization, surfacing the neglected flow, the underperforming segment, the lapsed high-value buyer, before it even drafts anything.
The reality check. Klaviyo works best when you already have data, campaigns, and e-commerce workflows built up in the platform. A brand starting from scratch won't see full value until there's enough flow and engagement history for the agent to actually analyze.
Expert perspective. Klaviyo's CMO. Jamie Domenici said most AI can't act on the context that actually matters, and that the next era of customer experience belongs to companies pairing AI with deep customer understanding. AS Beauty's Catherine Cabe said Composer's Flow Audit tool surfaced collision issues across their 113 Flow library, automations competing for the same customers. Bottom line, if you're already running Klaviyo with real flow and segment history, this is worth watching closely as it opens up.
5 more things worth knowing this week.
1. Square launched ChatGPT and Claude integrations, letting eligible U.S. food and beverage sellers get discovered and take orders through AI conversations, with no added commission.
2. Chicago-based AGNT Lab launched a social media AI agent for small businesses, covering Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn, with TikTok support planned for late August.
3. Anthropic released Claude Sonnet 5 on June 30th, calling it their most agentic sonnet yet, now available across Claude.ai, AWS, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Foundry.
4. MarTech's July 2nd roundup flagged several smaller AI MarTech releases, including Attentive Brand Voice 2.0 and ImageKit's new Creative Automation Assistant.
And 5. Google Meet's Take Notes for Me feature is now live for AI Pro, Ultra, and eligible workspace users, generating call summaries and action items automatically. And as always, if any of these caught your ear, all the links are waiting for you in the show notes.
So to recap, Google just made image and video concepting dramatically cheaper. LinkedIn put AI ad creative directly into Campaign Manager for small B2B teams. And Klaviyo is turning your customer data into ready-to-launch campaigns.
The theme underneath all three? The bottleneck isn't making assets anymore. It's deciding which ones are worth trusting.
Next week, we'll be watching whether Gemini Omni Flash shows up inside tools like Canva and Adobe Firefly. and whether Klaviyo's beta users report real gains.
If you found this useful, subscribe so you don't miss it. And we'll see you next week.
This is Market Intel. Stay informed, not overwhelmed.